Guys, welcome back to the Cyber Gamer Invitational League, week number 4 of Avant versus Clique. After a very expedient first game, that was beautiful. That
was crazy.
That was beautiful. I don't even know what to say about it. It was beautiful. Once again, joining me is Timmy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm lost for words and hyped for game number 2.
I'm very hyped here. We're gonna go ahead and see a Ares band out, an Ares band out here again. That last game was absolutely chaotic enough. Don't want to throw in Ares in there as well, but thank God for the Bologna ban. I'm so glad they realized that they made a huge mistake on it being very high, much more higher value than a Willix.
Yeah, that was another thing that we didn't mention during the game, but in the first picking bans is the Wheelix was banned. They should have banned out the Bologna like they have just now, so they are learning from their mistakes. But Sporks showed up really hard up on that Bologna.
Sporks went absolutely crazy.
He went
I almost said absolutely
ham,
bananas and then went reference into Row having great fear no evils there, but I'll go ahead and be a bit more civilized and do monkey puns.
Humbats is actually open still after this one. Well, Bastille was taken away, so no catnip puns. Or we can't really do that. Wheelix is banned again! What happened?
And so now there's going to be Garde, Sylvanas, Athena open to be picked up here. Thor also open as well. That can be very chaotic. Going to see a Sylvanas pick here. That's going to be very strong in the dual lane there. A lot of sustain.
Yeah, this is the first time that Thor has not been banned. Today.
Yeah, we haven't seen him yet, so hopefully, fingers crossed.
Ro,
yeah, come on, Ro.
Will you do it?
A Athena pick here, very strong. That could go either to support or solo, or even jungle. Well, actually, no, not jungle, because we've got the Hunbots coming out here. They saw how well that worked last game, so they want to pick that up for themselves.
Hunbots can also fit in the solo lane there as well, so it's
a flex
pick.
Fits that role a bit better.
Although, it'll be very interesting to see. Like, so many guards can go in the solo jungle and support now. It's actually sort of weird. It's very scary. Oh, Medusa and Neith are locked in here for Avant.
Double Hunter meta.
Yeah.
Great.
It's so difficult to tell where they're gonna go because Neith can go Hunter or solo. Medusa can and mid. Like, the only role she can't do is jungle. And she could even jungle.
If you put a heavy hammer on her, you could even put her in the support role. She's got enough utility to do it.
It's so difficult to tell.
I'm going to have a prediction here. I'm going to say Neith solo.
Neith solo is very good with her wave there. With the Spirit
strong.
Arrow and the Broken Weave exploding, the wave clear is just insane.
And she can stay in lane all she wants and still contribute to the team fights with those World Weavers.
Yeah, especially with that blue buff as well. She's never going to run out of mana.
Yeah.
And you get the Bluestone Pendant too, so...
I'm going to go ahead and see a Poseidon picked up here for G. He's very strong. Not a lot of people can really counter him. There are a few gods out there, but nothing too spectacular. Those Krakens are really what defines a good Poseidon player, being able to hit multiple people with those at the critical times.
But it also comes down to how well it's set up. With the Athena in there, the taunt is going to be very difficult.
That's going to be very strong. Even if the taunt into the Whirlpool just guarantees that lockdown, even if they beats. Well, if they beat, they can jump out, but it's still going to be guaranteed damage.
But then the point is on like a 15-second cooldown, probably even less. So
like, people ask, like, how do you counter Athena? Oh, just get beats. Well, no. If she builds, cooldown boots and breastplate of valor, she's got a taunt like every 8 seconds, and she's going to be in your face doing that all the time.
How to counter Athena? Walk away very quickly and don't go anywhere close.
We've got a Thor ban out here, and surprisingly enough, an Odin ban. Big Daddy Odin not going to be in this game.
Okay.
You think that was a bit of a throwaway?
I think maybe it was more for the setup, because Medusa doesn't have a subfloor. Picking up Najjar, that'll be Najjar jungle. And probably jungle?
Hades mid, I reckon.
just earlier today we saw a Najah in the mid lane. Okay, so they haven't traded yet.
Does the sash not get affected by Whirlpool? Because it's not
No,
it's not technically
yeah,
a dash. It's a line attack. He only
yeah,
moves
it's the
if
line
it
attack and just
connects.
reach and yep. So you can still use the sash. So,
I remember back a long time ago, Athena's preemptive strike, her dash, that was considered a line attack because it didn't behave the same way as a dash with that charge up. You could actually charge through the whirlpools.
That was I liked it then, but
Yeah, of course you like. Of course, everyone likes being able to dash out of whirlpools. I'm gonna go ahead and see a on her and a polo pick up here, so double hunter on both sides.
Oh, and so Fire Wheels, the ultimate coming out of Najah, cannot go over the Whirlpool. It will get cancelled if he starts off it and then goes into it, and if he starts on it, he can't cast it. So, yep.
Yeah, during the dash, he is immune to crowd control, but beforehand, he's not.
Okay. So when he's off it and goes through it, he can still cast it.
Yeah.
Okay,
although,
sweet.
It's hard to say because a lot of ultimates do allow you to go through cripples. If it's not a hard CC, because it does give CC immunity. It's really hard to say.
Yeah, it's very difficult to see. Like the amount of interactions coming in this game is insane.
You really need to know Najah in and out to be able to. You need a lot of experience just to know that question. But we're going to go ahead and see a good matchup here. I'm excited for possibly a Najah mid or a Hades mid. Either way, it's going to be hype.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Guys, stick around. We will jump straight into this match. Will be 1 or so minutes. Guys, welcome back to the Cybergamer Invitational League. This is game number 2 of Avant versus the Clique. Joining me still is Timmy. Timmy, shall we introduce our teams before anything?
Yes, before Go 3 ends up happening. Probably not going to see that now because we do see 2 hogs on the either side, but Nightfall, how about you start us off here?
Okay, sweet. So for Avant over on the order side, we do see Sporks in the solo lane as Hades. In the jungle, we see Ro on the Najah. Very interesting to see that. In the mid lane, we do see Oceanic Lazarus is Neath in the mid lane. That will be Ochita. Biggie and Selflord will make up our duo lane of Sylvanas and Medusa.
And on the right side of your spectator UI fun from the top side under the red health bars, we have Horizon as Apollo in the solo lane, Duke playing Hunbats in the jungle, Jeep on Poseidon in the mid, and your duo lane will be Shazao and Empty Wolf as Athena and On Her.
Apollo in the solo lane. That is
No, no, no.
very,
Let's
very
not talk
interesting.
about Paul on the solo lane. Let's talk about Neith in the mid lane. I want to talk about that. I know I said it works. Like it, she has crazy clear, not as much mana reliability as actual mages, but I'm excited for this.
Me too. Although the thing that's going to shut it down is, I'd say the only person who could would be Poseidon.
Yeah,
Actually,
because the whirlpool stops the backflips.
it does, but I immediately take that back. It's like there's like 21 mages that can. 21 mages in the entire game, so please don't quote me on that, guys. But neither
Also, a lot of the mages,
will be
except
shut down.
for Agni and maybe a few others, can't think off the top of my head, don't even have movement abilities to begin with.
Yeah, so the thing about Neith is she has a jump that can get her out of the fight very quickly. Actually, we don't. So Duke rotated at like level 1. He went straight from buff. He didn't take his speed buff and he went to the mid lane.
Yeah, very interesting.
Interesting.
Leaving Horizon all by himself to fend off Sporks and Row. Hades is very dominant, especially in the early game with that massive wave clear. Maybe he just didn't want to beat that because a whole bunch of need to
The
get
duo
close to the
lane.
minions.
Shazo was taken extremely low. Didn't even see that happening. What happened there? Maybe a nature's grasp. It is on cooldown. Probably landed there.
I think it would have been on cooldown. The fiber shot hasn't even been picked up yet. He's put 2 into his outer spray and 1 into his lacerates. So it wasn't any of that. So just general poke, maybe your nature's grass coming out, and the wisps at level 1 do actually do a fair amount of damage, just because the defense of everyone at this stage of the game is quite low. So Varmus's damage does
definitely.
fall off very, very hard towards the start of the mid game.
So Apollo in the solo lane, very interesting. He's opting to go for the golden bow. So he's got the tier 2 of it, which deals AoE basic attacks on when it hits a target, deal
It
AoE
deals
damage.
25% off the damage you hit on the initial target in a 15-foot radius. But yeah, I feel Horizon's got a good matchup here actually. The Pillar of Agony, it doesn't do any kind of hard CC. It doesn't do a cripple. All it does is suck people in towards the center. But Apollo has the moves and the across the skies to be able to get out there. So he's going to be very strong, and he can keep away from his own minions because he is a ranged god. So I'm suspecting that's why Duke didn't want to stick around. Hundas needs to be very close to the minions, and when you're close to your own minions and there's a Hades, it causes trouble.
Mid camps are spawning in 5 seconds. The level 5s here for Avant are Row and everyone
And the
except
cheetah.
for Biggie and Sub4. So they'll pick up those left ones, right? This will be picked up by G and Duke. G is actually level 6 right now, whereas a cheetah's only level 5. So the level advantage is for G right now on that Poseidon.
Yes, and you definitely gotta be careful as soon as Poseidon hits level 5, because that's when he really comes online. Just those immediate Krakens can, at level 5, can basically take you down from 100 to maybe about 30%, so it's very, very devastating. And while you're still farming up those minions, you're often in very awkward positions, and he can just go straight for the aggression. Speaking about going for the aggression, Spock's on the right hand side, Pillar of Agony coming out, he's going to use the across the skies to get out there. He actually managed to silence Horizon as he was dashing out. He dashed maybe about 2 feet before getting stopped with that.
Ooh, beautiful timing there by Spitz. That is a very, very difficult thing to do, but maybe a little bit of luck played in there, but nice play there, forcing out that global presence ultimate from Apollo. That's going to be on the cooldown now
Yeah, that
of
was very
approximately
big,
90 seconds.
because he used the silence before the Pillar of Agony, he only had that across the skies there. So that means, even though both ultimates are down, that means Horizon can't rotate over across the map to help out if there's any team fights to happen.
And something I want to see maybe is support coming out from Sporks because of that global presence coming out from Horizon. Unless he's very, very on point with his rotations, like we saw last game, actually, he was beautifully timing his walking towards the rest of the lane, but he might have to build a teleport to stop Horizon from split pushing, but then as soon as Horizon decides to ultimate, he's going to be across the map, so Sporks may be forced to build a teleport here.
Yes. We're going to go ahead and see 4 wards on the side of the Avant placed out throughout the map. However, the Clique does not have any at all at the moment. They've got 0 vision. Oh, no, they've just put one down next to that red buff, between the red buff and the speed buff there. So that's going to be a defensive ward for Wolfie and Shazao.
Oh, there's a Fear No Evil. Where did that go down? Oh, over here. Duke actually taken extremely low with the Spirit Arrow. Unravel not able to pick him up there from Ochita. Beautiful Nature's Grasp from Biggie into the Wrath of Terror. I always get that mixed up, but oh, G goes down to subfloor.
Ochita actually shot out the Whirlweaver before the Fear No Evil came out, just to lock down. Who actually got picked? Who actually got aggressed onto there? It was
I think it was G. I'm not too sure.
G and Duke, isn't it?
Yeah, G and Duke.
Yeah. We're going to see a speed buff stolen away towards Avant Garde, picking that up on row. That's going to be very good for them. They need to keep up that aggression, invading into the jungle. Because that's how they won that last game.
Oh, and now Rowe is going to get aggressed on. Will he use the Windfire Wheels? He's taken very, very low. The Grits are coming out, and he's taken very, very, very low. But beautiful body blocking here from the rest of Avant. And here comes Sporks with the Pillar of Agony, and there goes Horizon on his chariot, and Sporks picks up Shazo there, and that was a 1-for-1 trade there. Unfortunately, Rowe did go down after that beautiful body blocking from Biggie and Ochita. That was actually beautiful. Like, that was majestic.
That was a beautiful Pillar of Agony there.
It was.
Managed to lock down everyone. And Horizon, being Apollo, he was in that same fight, and then he went over to his lane, cleaned out the wave before going back, because that's what Apollo do, baby.
Unfortunate, Impale over here in the duo lane did miss subfloor going into the walls by Empty Wolf. So now he will wave clear will subfloor. Does he have his ultimate? He does. He could aggress whenever he wants to and solo out Empty Wolf. But Empty Wolf also with the ultimate. Oh, Duke jumps over the wall towards the red buff. Oh, and there's the Wrath of Terror. Will he have his ultimate up? No, sorry, the somersault. Fear No Evil actually, and he's still alive.
Massive.
Ooh, teleports to
That was unfortunate. He tried to reposition himself to juke out Ochita by teleporting to Biggie. However, it wasn't enough of a movement in order to keep him safe. That was a good Fear No Evil. He did have about 6 seconds left onto his somersault before he was able to jump back over the wall. So he was a little bit doomed to begin with. But we're going to see a Gold Fury attempt coming out from Avant Garde. The Clique does actually have a Sentry Ward on there, so they do have vision of this.
Avant Garde take it here, and now the Windfire Wheels. Shazo's up in the air, taken down. Ochita picks up that kill. Desert Fury comes through, dealing a lot of damage to subfloor, and the Kraken comes through, and G picks him up there. Very nicely placed. And and there's Empty Wolf jumping into 3 of them. Oh no!
He's not afraid, but I think he's afraid now.
And now that's 2 kills. G turned around. He shouldn't have turned around. That's what happens when you're trying to help your team. Bro picks up that one.
Don't do it. You saw what happened to your buddies.
Pretty much. And that's 6-2 now for Avant Garde. And the gold lead after that Gold Fury is 2,700.
So let's talk about that real quick. Subfloor tried to use the Lacerate to get some distance, but just as he was taking off, the Whirlpool was appearing underneath him, and he actually managed to get clipped that. So that did actually stop him from dashing the full distance. And as soon as G realized that the Lacerate was down, it was a free Kraken. There was nothing else he could do. He's got the beads, but that doesn't stop the damage. You need an Aegis in that instance.
Yeah, that was well placed there by G, and a very nice cancellation of the Lacerate by Subfloor, and good kill pickup, but unfortunately that was a 3-kill return with Shazo, G, and Empty Wolf all going down, and the Gold Fury pickup.
Ochita actually hugging the wall there. Little side note, if you hug the wall of the mid-cams and the jungler...
World Weaver followed by Pillar of Agony. It's 2 ultimates, and the Chariot unfortunately doesn't pick up Horizon in the solo lane.
Horizon still has that chariot off cooldown because he didn't manage to finish up there. We're going to see a big Griffin in the mid lane, Whirlpool coming up to deter subfloor from doing anything, but they're going to go ahead and take that right-hand tower, ruin Spox, and Duke is kind of between himself. He wants to go over there just to try and get something, but he also needs to be in the mid lane, but it's good. Avant have gone off to the mid camp, so they're just going to go ahead and split up there. Duke in a lot of trouble here, but he's going to go ahead and get away because Sporks and Roe do disengage, that tier 2 tower being a good deterrent.
Mm-hmm. And will he actually speed buff? He does. He does come in later on.
That thing there.
Yeah, he left it and might have timed out very shortly after. But he does pick that one up.
After a buff gets dropped, there's a 30-second window between when it's on the ground and can be picked up and when it disappears. So he did have a little bit of time left, but if he went back to base, he might not have actually gotten it.
Yeah, definitely would have missed out on that movement speed, which Hunbats is definitely known for, especially with that somersault and Sacred Monkey. Or Horizon in a spot of trouble with Ochita coming around the back. Does he have his ult? He does, but it doesn't look...
has his ultimate.
The DPS, he's going to be taken down. There's two people there. Oh my god! Oh! How much HP is he on? 58!
He had about 50 health at the end of that, and he's going to go flying long all the way back to base.
Oh my god!
He actually landed just simply because he ran out of mana, but Jukin over here in the jungle is going to get hit by the Windfire Whirls. He's going to jump out here, gets hit by the Bullbleaver, and just lives.
That was insane. Hasn't lived on 50 HP. Oh my god.
And then Duke lived with about 100 HP.
All blinking in the mid lane. Biggie with the Wrath and the Sash coming out from G. Kraken does go down, lands, but doesn't stun up a row. And that's a 1-for-0 and a tier 1 tower for Avant.
Yeah, that Kraken actually didn't do all that much to row. Did he get hit by the center of that, or does Breeds cancel that center damage?
It doesn't cancel the niche, but it does cancel the stun and then the knock-up. Shazo's caught in the middle of Avant. Pillar of Agony coming out. I don't think that was very necessary, but Shazo with the preemptive strike, and Sports didn't know it was on cooldown. Fiona Evil comes out. Sports is going to go down to Empty Wolf, and Ochita picks up Duke off the back there as well. Softfall going very, very aggressive onto Empty Wolf. The poison's not enough to pick him up, and they'll take this tier 2 as well. It's 400 gold for everyone on Avant with the tier 1 and the tier 2 going down.
Yeah, they managed to get out of there before the tower could do any more damage. The tower going back onto the minions. That was a great Fear No Evil, just simply because when you're underneath the tower, you have to work fast. You can't hesitate for anything, because the longer you fight underneath that, the more damage you're gonna soak up.
Mm-hmm. And Avant knew that, and as soon as they lost one, they went aggressive, and they didn't hesitate after that, and went very aggressive and took down. I forced Empty Wolf out. Very well played there by Subfloor, very well played there by Avant. And now they're looking for the Gold Fury.
Yes, they do have vision onto them. Avant-Garde putting down the sentry ward, clearing out that ward. The Clique does see the ward just underneath G there. He's going to go ahead and take that out. But Biggie says, nah, I'm taking yours out. Ward you took down was way less expensive.
Windfire Wills followed up by the Sash there. Or World Weaver onto Empty Wolf. He's so low. Pillar of Agony comes out as well. Wrath of Terror is there as well. And now Empty Wolf lifestealing the attack speed buff after Duke and G went down to Avant. Oh, Shazo is behind the Gold Fury. He's looking for a steal. I don't think he'll be able to get it. He comes in, he's silenced, he can't taunt. There's the stun as well. So much damage on towards him. And there's the CC as well. He does go down, and the Gold Fury goes to Avant.
A little bit too early, but that was great lockdown from Avant-Garde. The silence, when you're silenced, you can't use actives unless it is purification beads, and then the Petrify just stopped them completely. Horizon not even able to get up that that right side tower. A little bit surprising, but he is struggling a little bit against Spox. Spox is having such great Pillar of Agonies. He's really contributing to these team fights so well.
It's Avant is playing out of their minds right now, especially in that game 1, followed by this game 2. They've only died 3 times, and they've got 13 kills in their pocket, and a 7.9k gold lead. That's almost 8k gold 14 minutes into the match here.
Being about 8k, we're going to actually see 8 purification beads between the two teams here. So there's going to be a lot of anti-lockdown coming out from both sides here.
And the only people that it's not on are the people who are supports, who have Blink instead. Oh, excuse me, Blink from Biggie and Hogs, of course, and then a shell from Shazer. What do you think about the shell?
I like the shell. The shell is definitely a very strong item, especially on Athena, because Athena doesn't need the blink. She's got that preemptive strike to get her in close, and the shell really helps a lot when the team fight's coming out, especially during that Pillar of Agony. We're actually going to see a Silver Talisman coming out from Shazo, not going for that sovereignty. He really needs to get some physical defense because he is 0-3-1. He needs to be able to keep in these team fights in order to be of any value to his team.
And there was 2 ultimates there going into Horizon. He wasn't able to use his ultimate to get out, and that's the only reason he's used it so far. Blink in by Biggie onto tower. Rathatira goes down. Fear No Evil as well. There's a Kraken onto Biggie too, and he's very, very low now. He's forced to back out. Windfire Wheels onto Chase. They're not going to get the kill. Ochita picks up G, and the Taunt double kill now.
There you go. See how far Shazo got down? He doesn't have any physical defense. The magical damage coming out is from Sylvanas. You know, at this point of time, his damage is irrelevant. And then Hades, who actually does fall off a little bit late game. He starts becoming less of a damage character and more of a utility and crowd control character. We're going to go ahead and see a Fire Giant attempt coming out from Avant Garde here.
And that's definitely what you want on a team, is a really damage carry who can transition into a tank late game, like the Hades, like you mentioned.
Especially
it's so
when
good.
You have the 2 hunters to pick up that damage late game. The Clique actually didn't have any vision whatsoever of that Fire Giant. They're completely oblivious of that, and they're going to get a nasty surprise when they have a look at one of the members of Avant Garde and they see that Fire Giant buff on them.
Avant are scary far ahead right now, and everyone's going to recall.
Clique does not have any vision anywhere. They've got 1 ward out. They really need to get more wards out just so they can see what's going on.
So if we look at player damage, you can do so by pressing number 4. That's 10k right now for Ochita. That's Neath in the mid lane. He has 10k, followed up by Najah, who has 8k. That is a lot of player damage early in this game. Transitioning into this mid game. Oh, and that's a World Weaver now onto Duke. Fear No Evil stuns out Avant, and there's the Pillar of Agony able to pick him up. The ultimate from Najah actually missed there, but that is a lot of damage coming out. There's 2 kills. Oh, and that Universe Ring Toss deals the maximum amount of bounce damage. So wow, that was crazy. That was very, very quick.
If we hit 9, we can have a look at our structure damage. The only person on the side of the Clique who has any structure damage whatsoever is Horizon, and he's only managed to take down 1 tower. We're going to see the Phoenix coming down here. Good pull and roll from Biggie, going to force out Empty Wolf.
Now Horizon, he's forced it back. He can't get. He's trying so hard to take down the solo lane, but every time Sports just shows up and just forces him out. Oh, and Biggie's taken very low by the Phoenix. Duke picks him up there with the help of the Phoenix, and now Duke's very, very low. Ro picks that one up there, and Ochita's in the spot of trouble. Horizon gets taken down by Subfloor and the DPS of Ochita. Nice Spirit Arrow picks up Shazao, and Ochita just walks straight into the base of G and DPSs him down with those basic attacks, and this Neath mid lane is working very, very well.
Neath mid works. She's got the clear and she's got the late game potential. They're going to go absolutely ham onto this Titan now, Viper Short and Pillar of Agony, even though their backflips Spirit Arrow are going to take down the Chaos Titan, and that's going to be GG 2-0 to Avant Garde.
This was a very, very quick series of games, under 20 minutes long, 24 kills to 5. That was a significant lead there by Avant. And the Neath mid lane, It really worked. 9
It
and
works,
0.
yeah.
The only person in the game to not die. Oh, cheetah, please.
Oh, cheetah, please. You know, I was kind of wondering, like, are they just gonna give him the ISIS because that Ra was so strong? But he's got such a good, he's got a good guard pool. You know, if you ban something out which he really likes, he'll pick something else and goes absolutely crazy with it. You can't stop him.
Yeah, it was easy good. It was well played there by Avant, and all of Avant just show up all the time. The synergy is amazing to see. It's beautiful. I love to see an Avant game, and I was so hyped to cast this. I was like secretly going, I really want to cast this game, and that first game with
That
the
was
very
crazy.
quick. Oh,
That's gonna be one for the ages, I reckon.
definitely. And guys, we will be right back shortly with game number 4 of Exhilarated and Cracking Up. Stick around.